Emotional, the weight of the words, the power of healing. Racism doesn't just live in our policies or systems. It lives in the words we hear, the looks we receive, and the silence that follows. It wounds the heart, weighs down the spirit, but within our communities, within our stories, there is medicine.
Utania, my name is Quin Buck, and my position is the program coordinator for the Uskayak and Otena Hiochen program. I want to be able to build a pathway for youth to go home, and not in a way that keeps them on the res, but in a way that allows them to see themselves as global citizens and allows them to see themselves as part of a larger fabric of peoples. Our life is vibrant, and I want people just to experience that and to know that that is what it's supposed to be. I think as an Indigenous person, I experience racism on the daily, unfortunately. I lost two of my uncles. One of them I damn near lost to the streets, and one of them I did. One of them, it was too late. They found him on a blanket on the streets. I was mad as hell. I was mad at my family because I just couldn't help but wonder, this is what privilege sometimes does to us. When we get too good, when we get too big, we start looking at family members we used to sit next to and say, you can't come with me on my journey because there's rooms you're not welcome in. It's a stupid, chaotic idea. And I thought about my cousins who lost their dad that day, and how they're the ones who are going to have to deal with the trauma. His grandchildren are still wondering and missing their Muslim. And how do you talk to them about how he was there because of societal circumstances and not because of his own accord? Who wants to be on the streets like that? No one does, least of all him. And I think about the man who helped me as a kid, that man that he was. And I think about my other uncle who damn near suffered the same fate, except I had to step in. And I stepped in because I was scared of losing another person like that. We shouldn't live with fear like that. No one should. But we do because of the stupid way our society is set up in the way that it's just meant to exploit and destroy Black and brown bodies. I lost my uncle not to the streets but to skin cancer, and I want to make that difference because my cousin called me, and when she called me, she told me I don't know what else to do. I don't talk to my family the way that you do, but I need my family here. And all I could think to myself was, that's privilege again, separating us. You went to school, you got a degree, and all of a sudden you turned your back on your family. I was like, but that doesn't speak to the healing that you think that you did, or I think that I did. And so in that instance, my uncle was facing backlash from the nurses at the hospital. And again, I had to put myself in front of them, and say, this is an Indigenous man in front of you. No, we're no less worthy of dignity and respect. One of the last conversations me and my uncle had face to face was him thinking. And that's all I really want for my community, is to know that nobody goes alone. But it's so hard when you don't know what people are going through, It's so hard when you don't know how some days to make it through the stuff you're going through. I am just as sick and tired as any other Indigenous person out here of losing people, unfairly, unjustly, cruelly, in some instances, just feeling unsafe, for no reason in particular other than just the world we're born into. My heart just breaks for all of the youth out there who don't have language yet. Not just their Indigenous language, but language around anti-racism and how to protect themselves. But sometimes people just need love, especially in the face of racism. They just need to feel care. And so at a micro level and a macro level in my workspace, I definitely try to lead with love and bring love to all these spaces, because love is listening.
Creating a society stands with us, lifting voices, building trust. Together we rise, our hearts complete. So hear the drum, feel the beat. The circle turns, the healing grows. Through us all, the spirit flows. They try to break us, try to bend, took our voices to the wind, but the spirit's got us still. Through the mountains, through the hills, we rise up singing strong and free, creating hope. Society walks with me.